Oh yeah, that's when he really started spinning. See, y'all call me a manipulator, but shit, I dropped out. So it's like them educated manipulators.
When he said he's more Japanese than black.
When that nigga said the techniques are from Japan, the 808s are from Japan. Yes, y'all came from Japan. I was like, all right, I'm out of here.
Audio
He's watching too much anime.
Wait. What did this nigga say?
Yeah, he was.
He said a Japanese person invented the 808, which is the heartbeat of hip hop, and he said Japanese people invented techniques, the turntables that you know the ones. This was in his point of you need a PhD, a literal PhD, a real PhD on hip hop to say who belongs and who doesn't belong.
He was talking
We don't
about
do that with any other genre, though. That's what I'm saying.
He was talking about Kakahashi, the inventor of the 808 drum machine. Shout out to him.
Yeah, that's when I took my headphones out my ear and just had some steak and eggs. But I love Lupe. I love Lupe, and I really just be in there to hear L.
Conversation's gonna be serious. If that's not the type of conversation that you want, and you want kind of barbershop, podcast, Joe Budden type shit, gossip mixed in with who got the, we can talk about that too. Who we hitting? Glorilla? Let's get it. Who do I want? I want the petite red bone over there, right? With the camel toe. I want to tap that ass. We can do that too if we just wanted to divulge into that. If you come at me, let's talk about some serious shit. If you're not ready to have a serious conversation, you're not ready to have your ideas picked apart and your questions challenged by somebody whose job is to question and challenge his students, then let's have it. Then don't ask me the questions, right? Don't step into the spaces. Don't try and come in here and live vicariously or be the hero on behalf of somebody who I ain't got no problem with. But anyway, go ahead, yo.
I'm scared again. I agree with your analysis that you need to be on PhD level in order to really speak, like to have a valid outlook on hip hop. But I didn't take it literal, like you actually meant going to an institution and getting a PhD. I thought you meant like you've been in the game and dealing with this rap shit on a level that it's kind of like, you know how they say you can have a degree or like equal experience or relevant experience. But I feel like when you just explained it that second time, it seemed like you were actually talking about in a public institution. Were you?
Yeah, I'm talking about an actual PhD in cultural studies. I'm not talking about your on-the-job experience. There's something to be said about, a practical application or a professor of the practice or something like that. But at the same time, too, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if we're doing something as important work as who is a part of hip hop and who's not. I want us to sit on that and meditate on that just a little.
Hold on. Is this Lex? It's Astrostetics. Let's get it. P. We mentioned that Lupe Fiasco was going in on spaces and more so at the intellectual facets of the hip-hop audience and podcast culture. He mentioned some things like, what if you might need a PhD to be a cultural gatekeeper? Look, y'all, Lupe Fiasco, he was having a different type of conversation. All right, now listen to that last video for some more context. And if you listen to the previous video, we ain't want to say it sounded like Lupe and Joe Budden were subbing each other, but that's low-key what it sounded like. I wasn't trying to say Lupe and Joe Budden might have some interesting contrast going on with their commentary. That's literally exactly what ended up being the result. So now here today, we got some exclusive audio of Lupe and Joe Budden, and this is one of the biggest contrasts I've ever seen. America, peep this.
To our room of negativity.
Nah, I was just on the Twitter doing some housekeeping, and I seen you was up, so I just jumped in. That's all.
All right, I thought you were coming in here to get at me.
No, I would never get at you. If I get at you, I'm gonna call you.
That is true. That is true.
I'm gonna do the public shit.
You have been on a tear as of late.
I mean, even when I don't do nothing, I do something, right?
I like that. I'm banned from talking about the beef, and this is not beef room. But I just want to let you know, I see you laying your fork in the sand on where you stand on things, and that's commendable for me.
I haven't listened to any of the songs.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's baffling to people. I stopped listening. I listened to Push-Ups and was the Ross response, and then after the Ross response, I didn't listen. I haven't listened to anything, so I haven't heard any of the records. Family Matters, Meet the Grams, Not Like Us. I kind of tapped out.
Oh, so that's even doper. That you just going off your sheer hate for one of them niggas. I'm the opposite of you.
You hate Drake, I know.
No, but it's from love.
I know.
And you hate Kendrick.
No, I don't.
From love.
No, I love that.
Like I love Drake.
No, you don't love Drake though.
You don't love Kendrick.
You actually dissed him. You got the first diss record.
You have actually dissed Kendrick.
You right. I haven't.
Yeah, I know you have. It's me, nigga. All that shit you said in that room the other day, I was like, hey, dog.
No, I thought you was talking about the Control response. But everybody responded to Control.
I know, me too.
Yeah, everybody. So even you. But I never dissed him though. That was just the Control response. And I wasn't even talking to him. I was kind of talking to his fans.
Well, you got some interviews where you are the opposite of me. The same way I have like interviews or just content pieces where people could surmise that, hey, this nigga might really hate that nigga. You have the same, just on the other end. That's why I love that this is me and
it's
you.
That's
true.
Like dark side, light side. You light side, I'm dark side.
No, this is not even like that. But I like to see two contrasting opinions from two MCs of our caliber. That's what I like. And I'm glad that my person beat your person.
But I genuinely don't have any issues. Like I really don't.
I'm not going to force that narrative like the rest of the internet, because I don't have any issues with Drake.
I can't even say nothing without it. Like he just woke up today and I was like, damn, I just woke up. But anyway.
But I do like, I'll end with this. I do like when you say shit like, hey, I rap better than anybody, so take it however the fuck you want to take it.
That's the energy though, right? But
yeah, I like that. Don't explain where the 808s was made.
Oh, no, do that. Don't do that, Joe. Don't I'll teach this. I know. Ooh, nigga, relax.
I know you on your. I know you teach it.
No, but I'm saying that energy of like, yeah, as a rapper, like you can love everybody. Like me and you got love for each other, but I will light you up if we ever got into a beef, right? On some rap shit.
That's debatable.
But you gonna try your best. I'm gonna try my best. Right?
Yeah, that's much better worded.
My man.
Because when I was outside, you was one of the people I was looking for, and you never popped up.
But you handled yours. You claimed you didn't really have to do nothing because you took Pump It Up back from Jay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so you was already solid. You had kind of proved like, oh yeah, don't fuck with Joe.
Yeah, no, I look for people. Win, lose, or draw, I'm coming to the fight.
Yeah.
And I ain't run a whole bunch of losses either, but I put that in there to be diplomatic.
You know my issue with you is that you just stop doing it. Stop doing this shit. This fuck shit. But
oh man.
Mm-hmm. You know my issue. Issue.
Oh God. That narrative is getting popular. That narrative is going around out there.
But I'm on my kind of cleanup campaign because I got to do it. So that's another reason I jumped in here. Joe Budden community. This is Lupe Fiasco. I do not have a problem. No matter what was said in the past, what you think happened, what didn't happen, I personally and professionally do not have a problem with my brother in arms, Kendrick Lamar. No matter what you hear on TikTok or what a nigga said, I said, or did what I did, I do not have a problem with it. So can we please try to work together to start to put that narrative a little bit to bed?
I'm saying what he said about Drake.
Cool.
Because that was well worded. All right?
Cool. That's all I got.
We put it to bed.
I do got one thing. Where is the porn on Twitter? Because I can't.
Democrats knew that they were losing the black vote.
Can you say polarizing America? Lupe Fiasco and Joe Budden. Lupe Fiasco being pressed about not rocking with Kendrick, and Joe Budden being pressed about not rocking with Drake. And both of these gentlemen confirm Lupe Fiasco doesn't hate Kendrick. Joe Budden doesn't hate Drake. Or he might not like him from a place of love. Both of these gentlemen clarified that they diss Kendrick in response to the Control verse. Joe Budden was like, hey yo, you diss Kendrick. And Lupe Fiasco was like, yeah, on a control verse. And you dissed him on a control verse too. So does that mean that you hate Kendrick because you dissed him on a control verse? Even though Kendrick Lamar had the whole game dissing him, because Kendrick Lamar went crazy on that control verse. That was very controversial. Joe Budden is a trailblazer, great rapper, master in the media, journalism, broadcasting space, in music in general. Joe Budden is just a titan in that field. He was siding with Kendrick Lamar. Now, Kendrick Lamar is an intellect. He touches on similar things that Lupe Fiasco does. So you would expect Lupe Fiasco, I would expect Lupe Fiasco to be Team Kendrick. That's why this dichotomy here is very interesting. And that's why I think Lupe's reasons for being critical of Kendrick, it might be a surprising one. And remember, Lupe Fiasco mentioned we got bigger fish to fry. Lupe Fiasco, I think, just his take on this thing, I don't think he ever really went in on how he actually feels about this. Like, I think Lupe's reasons for saying some of the things he said is so unique and unorthodox. Lupe, cut all the nuance shit. Because you know what? I understand the nuance aspect and just letting it process and get to a point where, you know, people might naturally come to conclusions about things or whatever. But I mean, that's also when you speak in code a lot. Get what I mean? And Lupe is one of my favorite rappers of all time, like for real. And look, Lupe is an intellect. And like I said, some of the things that how Lupe might actually, his reasons for saying some of this stuff might be so crazy that you might need some nuance. You might need some nuance at the same time. Then it's like, are you just gonna be speaking in code all the time? Look, we gotta keep it a bean, all right? We interpreted what a lot of Lupe said. Lupe's take was on the collective mindset of hip hop. Once again, remember he said that there's bigger fish to fry. Now, y'all know funny. I know a lot of people don't be jacking the force kicking knowledge. You know what I mean? Even Jay-Z said, "What you trying to kick knowledge?" And then he came back and gave us that on 444. But if Jay-Z would have done that during the Black album, y'all probably would have had a completely different perception of Jay-Z. Y'all wasn't jacking Jay-Z for not kicking knowledge or trying to be like Nas, but y'all want to force Drake to kick knowledge so he could be like Kendrick. And let me say this as well. Kendrick Lamar, he does a great job balancing intellect, rhythm, cadence, and delivery, right? Kendrick Lamar is Kendrick Lamar. And let's keep it a stack. The audience does not always want to hear super overly direct intellectual stuff. They don't be wanting to hear that all the time. There's a space and a place for that. And let's just keep it a bean. You want to be entertained. Don't even try to cap. Niggas just want entertainment sometimes. But there's also a time when do you want to feed your mind? Do you want to build? Look, not everybody is like that. Some people, they don't listen to music for that. Some people do listen to music so they can learn. Some people listen to music for a mix of entertainment and education. And we get that. Like, y'all could look at our channel. We have the best astronomical, astrological content on YouTube on this page. That's why it's called Lex Astrology as well. But y'all see, we don't give y'all that in every video. Like, y'all know that there's people that's like, yo, Lex, like, can you give us more astronomy videos? Because look, there are people that want that. And there's also like y'all listening to this, y'all don't want to hear that all the time. Lupe Fiasco also knows that as well. When you hear Lupe talking about aspects of cultural gatekeeping, and it's a very diverse, broad conversation. Some of the information that's necessary to even bring about some of these things, it's not one-dimensional. It's like, well, what do you want? Right? If are we gonna really increase our knowledge of cultural studies and cultural awareness, or we just gonna let it flow, right? Have it be a free, open space, and the people decide what's hot. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's Astrostetics. Let's get it. Big shout out Joe Budden and Lupe Fiasco. 2 icons, 2 trailblazers. Much respect, enough respect, never disrespect. Shout out Joe Budden and Lupe. You heard? Yeah.